Lock in, stay sharp, and get ready for the grind. This is Aim Drifts, where every shot counts. I'm your host, Austin.
I'm your co-host, Mikey.
All right, let's get started with this episode. We're going to be talking about gamer tags.
Gamer tags. What's in the name? What's it mean to you for a gamer tag? I know what mine means to me, but before we get into that, little quick snippet about me. I'm 33 years old, just a hair shy of my lovely co-host there. I've been gaming since I was a kid, probably first grade, second grade, around there. First system in my hand was a Nintendo Entertainment System, the original NES, and I've had a controller in my hand ever since. I think that's about it on that for now. We'll touch a little more later.
All right. So, a gamer tag is a unique online identity used in video games and gaming platforms like Xbox Live, acts as a username and often reflects a player's personality, interest, or humor. Why this matters. Gamer tags shape online identity. They influence interactions with gaming communities and even professional esports. Next, we're going to talk about the early beginnings of gamer tags. Gamer tags trace back to the rise of multiplayer games in the late 1990s. The Sega Dreamcast and Xbox Live popularized unique player identification. That purpose was created to identify individual players in a growing online world.
Did you know that the first official gamer tag was actually just a single letter E?
Single letter E. That's
Yep.
crazy.
There was a single letter E. Eric, I'm going to butcher this man's name. Eric Neustadler created the first Microsoft gamer tag on August 13th, 2002, according to Microsoft itself. And that is roughly the earliest gamer tag in existence.
Yep, so some key milestones for this were from 2002, Microsoft Xbox Live launched, introducing a unified gamer tag system. And in 2003, Steam implemented its user account system, emphasizing personalized profiles.
PlayStation followed up the mark in 2006 with the release of the PlayStation Network. Those with who forever loved Sony as much as we did when we were growing up, to finally have a marker of their own. Unfortunately for Nintendo, they didn't get on the ball for another 10 years with the bring out of the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, it seems like Switch is a little on the backside of all this.
Oh, yeah.
They compete pretty well, but they are behind a little bit.
Yeah, they've fallen.
Speaking of which, they are coming out with a Switch 2, and it's supposed to be a lot better than the original Switch. I have not seen a release date yet on it, but I have seen prototype videos, and it looks pretty good. I'm going to have to post the video on the Instagram page.
Well, let's not tell your nieces and nephews about that, because
there's not even a release date yet. Like, they're not even a year. Like, they're not saying anything. They're just saying the concept is out, but there's not even, I don't even know if obviously there's a prototype, but they're not sure when they're going to actually release it yet.
We both know they will still bug me to try and get it.
So, moving on, the psychology behind gamer tags. Why do people choose certain gamer tags? Self-expression, reflection, personal interest, humor, or identity?
I'd say all of that really goes into play. I know for me, my first gamer tag was King Azimuth, and that was based off a character I had created for another game that wasn't actually a video game.
My first gamer tag was a generic one that Xbox gave me, and it fit super well because it said cheap tequila.
I think I remember that.
Yep. I had that gamer tag for a little while and switched it. When I changed it, it was a running joke between me and you, and I've kept that same gamer tag ever since.
Yep, that's right. See, after King Azimuth fell out of popularity with me, I switched over to Alpha Wolf. And I only switched over to that because I had a love-hate relationship with the game Ark Survival Evolved, which, brother, you know I've been playing that game since it was in beta. I got called out the Alpha Wolf on the test servers all the time because I was constantly riding around on a wolf, doing whatever it is I wanted to do, trying to break the game.
Yep. And then shortly thereafter, you had that name. I created I Am the Pack Alpha because we can't do anything better than compete with each other. So I had to have the better name.
Yep. And after a little while of that, I sad to say I gave in to a little bit of peer pressure, and I changed my gamer tag yet again so that I wouldn't sound so pompous and arrogant amongst a particular group of people, and I changed it to Cyberwolf, which that ran with me for several years as well, up until recently when I had a small run-in with a group of people from work and online accusing me of being a furry. So my new gamer tag, the Juggernaut, as you all will come to know me as, that came from my current playstyle. I'm always the guy running in, getting somebody up off the ground, and trying to mow everything down in the way.
Yeah, I want to move away from the Pack Alpha thing too. First of all, it's really long. I want something that's a little bit shorter, and I just haven't come up with anything that fits me yet. So we'll see what that has in store with us. But another bit of information about the psychology behind gamer tags is it provides a safe space to create an alter ego. Memorable names can establish repetition and recognition. Some research on that. Studies online identities suggest that usernames impact social perception. Memorable or humorous gamer tags are often associated with positive impressions.
Unique gamer tags, usually spark intrigue or, questions that allow you to either get to know the person better or, make you think twice about really approaching them.
That, and then it could also be just as simple as, you play online with random people a lot and they see your name a lot and they start recognizing, hey, I know this name because it's so unique. It doesn't fit into the masses. I've had people do that quite a bit. A lot of people struggle to read my name because there's so many characters, but I do get a lot of people that recognize it. So
yeah, running joke from some of the friends that we used to game with, they didn't want to call you the Pack Alpha. They called you the Alpaca.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's not just them. I've had strangers call me that as well, just because they struggle to read my name. But some of the trends over the years, early gamer tags often included numbers due to the limited availability.
Yep.
Later trends saw creative spellings, symbols, and even memes. One example of that is XX No Scope King XX. With that being said, today clean minimalistic names such as Pixel are becoming popular.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at some of our famous YouTubers and streamers. They're, they use their same streamer name as their gamer tag, like Jacksepticeye.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes goes by Spadicey.
Yep.
It's short, sweet, a lot. It's something easily recognized, quick to read. You ain't got to struggle for it. You're not looking for a name that's 2 inches long on a screen when you're trying to, hunt down an enemy.
Absolutely. And another thing with that is, esports. There's a lot of esport players that a lot of their names are short, sweet, and to the point. Makes it a lot easier when they're, playing in the league, that it's quick and easy to find a name, and your name doesn't run on so far that the game doesn't show it, because some games that it's getting to be that way. So that's another interesting little fact that a lot of people probably already know. So we're going to step into the cultural and regional differences when it comes to gamer tags. In Asia, gamer tags can incorporate characters from local languages such as Japanese kana. Western gamer tags often feature references to pop culture and memes.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about earlier with YouTubers and esport players, they sometimes use that as personal branding. So, people like Ninja and Shrouder, they use that also to sell their merch.
Yeah. I am drawing a blank here. A lot of the usually the pro players that try to do that stuff, I mean, they do want to monetize, and So, having merch with a single name on their shirt, or be it a hoodie, is going to be easier done. It's going to be easier made. It's going to sell faster than something with a long name that's going to go from shoulder to shoulder. Simple names are going to be real easy to put underneath it, a little character or, a symbol of some sort.
Yeah, and when it comes to name availability, popular gamer tags are often taken, leading to disputes or creative variations. Name changes and costs. Many platforms charge users to change their gamer tags. I don't think that's so much a thing too much anymore. I think that kind of went away. I know you only have a certain amount of times you can do it within a certain period of time.
Yeah.
But I think if you want to change it more than that one time, it does charge you on certain platforms.
I know with Microsoft, it used to be like $10 every time you wanted to change your name.
Yeah,
Because
it used to be. I think you get one free one a year, and then after that, I think it's still like the $10 or whatever.
it's actually been roughly a year or more since I've changed to the Juggerdoc, so I don't really remember.
Yeah. So a couple questions we have for you guys. What's the story behind your gamer tag?
Does it have a special meaning to you guys? Is there something significant? Trying to find the right words here for you guys. What's the story? Does it have a significance? How'd you get it? Where did it come from? And do you plan to keep it?
Yeah, and if you guys would like to, with that question being asked, there is comment sections on most of our platforms. We are on every platform. We are on YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcast. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. If you can think of a social media besides, I think Twitter is the only one. It's X now. I'm sorry, but besides that one, we
forgot
on
one.
every other platform.
You forgot Discord.
We do have a Discord as well. I haven't put that in the link tree yet, which is another thing. We do have a link tree posted in most of our podcasts. So if you guys want to click on that, you can check us out on all the other platforms. A lot of different things are coming. The podcast itself is going to stick to podcasts. And then we're going to come up with some YouTube shorts and some TikToks that are going to be a little bit different than the podcast.
And
So
eventually,
with that being said, make sure you like, follow, comment, and subscribe. And you got anything else for them?
stay sharp. Keep your eyes up. Keep your eyes up and your ears open.
Game on. Stay sharp. And we'll see you in the next match.